much, Strawberry.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you,
you, thank
Pretty
you. Thank
Boy
you, Pretty Boy
Jones.
Jones. Okay, y'all, welcome to the Strawberry Show featuring Miss Corporate Baddie. We are collabing, so we're making up for yesterday's segment because, we got a little tipsy for Strawberry's birthday. So we're
Sure
making up for
did.
it today, and we appreciate all y'all coming out this morning. Let's get interactive. We love engagement. So please give your perspective on the topic. We are going to verse for a good 15, 20 minutes here in conversation in the verses. So please give both sides, show love to both of us. We are here for y'all. And we love to get y'all opinion on the topic. We're going to always have a topic
Thank you, Baddie Island.
every week. Every week we're gonna have a topic together, and we just kind of get engaged and get down and dirty. We're gonna talk about some grown folk stuff and real life events. So if y'all ever have a topic that y'all would want to hear or discuss, make sure that y'all send us
Thank
those
you so
topics so
much,
that we can talk about
Pretty
the
Boy
topics.
Jones. Thank you,
Thank you
Baddie
so
Island.
much, y'all, for the gifts so we can talk about it. So today's topic is really, what type of woman or man are you? Do you believe in going 50-50 with your partner? So we're talking about love and finances. Do you believe in going 50-50 with your partner? And don't say, oh, I'm single. What did you do in your last relationship? Did it work for you? What are you
Right.
looking for in your next relationship? Because everybody's done has some type of commitment or live with someone. And if you haven't, did you even think about? Did you even think about it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So Miss Strawberry,
So,
what are
I
your
mean,
thoughts and perspective about a
I
50-50 relationship?
definitely, yeah, I definitely want to start with prefacing it by saying, I grew up watching my dad pay for everything. My dad paid for everything. My dad's women, he wasn't with my mom. He didn't marry her, but his wives that he had after, like they never worked. Like he always took care of them and they were able to take care of the home. And that is something that I looked up to, and that's something I believe in doing. I want to have a relationship where I want my man to be able to provide for our basic needs. And I want to be able to take care of the home and nurture the home, grow the home, take care of the kids, clean the house. Because, let's think about it. A housewife is really worth about over $100,000 a year. About 90 to $100,000 a year. A housewife is, her salary, so to say. So Drew said, no, I don't believe in 50-50. Drew, what do you believe in? He's gonna be okay.
Oh, I was about to say,
So
I didn't even see his comment.
so yeah, I believe in 100. Drew believes in 100. Explain. Does that mean everybody give everything, or what does
It's
that
either
mean, Drew?
40 or 70-30. It's about being a team. I agree with that. And if it's a lot for you to explain, we're going to have the box come up where you can put it in the box. But just remember what we asked you to touch back on as well.
Yes,
What's
yes.
up, David? Hey, David. If it's a girlfriend and BF, yes, 50-50. Married, then I'm taking over everything. Why? What makes the difference? Ain't you dating with a purpose for her to become your wife? So why wouldn't you start now?
Everybody puts everything in. We become a unit. That's what Drew said. So Drew, let's talk about the house expenses really quick because
Dang, I can't
from
even
my
see
financial
Drew's comments.
background, the house expenses are probably one of the biggest expenses that you'll have in your life. That's your mortgage. That's your homeowner's insurance, like all of that taken care of. Who's paying those? Who's paying for that? The mortgage. Let's start with that.
Right, because a man would take a woman straight from her parents' house. Not all the time.
Not all the time.
Not all the time. I mean, I have my own everything. So what about a woman that you meet that has her own everything? Miss Baddie has her
Same.
own everything. We're not no little girls. We're grown ass women. So how would you take us from our parents' house? I'm trying to
I'm
get in
trying
the
to get in the
box.
box. Oh, we're definitely gonna box up
Yeah,
after
we're
this,
gonna.
guys. We're all gonna go to Strawberries Live after this segment over verses. We're gonna go to Strawberries Live. We're gonna box up for the next 30 minutes because we only have an hour for the segment.
Yes.
Drew said it depends on our financial situation. My money would be my wife's money, and her money is mine. That doesn't answer my question. Who's paying the mortgage? Is the joint account paying the mortgage? Is both your incomes going into the joint account? Like, you know,
Right.
just, and I know it's probably a lot to type out, but we'll
Yes.
definitely box up after. But my opinion is, I would like for my husband to pay for my basic needs. And when I say basic needs, I mean my,
Save the
you
class.
know, things I'm paying for right now on my own right now. Like I'm paying for my rent. I'm paying, and yes, I pay rent, y'all. I don't have a home right now. I'm looking to get married and have a home. I don't want to buy a home on my own. Just a lot of maintenance for homes, and I don't want to. If something breaks, I don't want to have to learn how to fix it. I don't want to have to stress out about fixing it. I want my husband to, get that shit done. You know what I'm saying? But basic needs. What about our needs? Basic needs. When I say that, I mean the house, the car note, if we got a car note. I could pay for my own gas. I'm gonna pay for the groceries. I'm gonna pay for the groceries. Like, if I go to the grocery store, I'm not gonna be like, babe, I need you to pay for the groceries. Like, no, I'm gonna pay for those because I'm gonna be probably the one cooking. Or, the kids need something for school or something like that. I'm not gonna go begging you for it. I'm gonna just pay for it if I got it.
Right.
But basic needs are things that are, fixed, you know, fixed expenses. That's what I would like for my husband to pay. 100% of those.
Right.
I can take care of the variable stuff.
Right. I definitely agree. What I'm saying is, a man wants you, he will apply pressure. Absolutely. He better apply pressure if he wants you. And I would think, too, a woman, she got to show that she wants to be wanted, too, when he's applying that pressure. A girlfriend and a best friend relationship comes and goes, but the key is communication into balancing our finances far as finances. But even if she's your girlfriend, y'all gonna live together first, I would hope, before you get married. So if you're living together first before you get married, why wouldn't you do those things to get her to become your wife? Why would you need to go 50-50 with her first and then wait till you get married to take over? Why wouldn't you show her, baby, I'm that man for you, and you take over 100%? If that's what you plan on doing, why not do it from the start? Why start it later? Why not continue that and be consistent on who
Keep that
you
same
are?
energy. Exactly.
Right.
Keep that same energy.
You
I do want to
make
read
me.
Drew's comment because Drew's
What
on
about
BOK, so he can't really be seen.
Yeah, I can't see him. Oh, I hate that I can't see you, Drew.
I know. He said, there is no separation. We share it. I don't see a yours or mine. I think when you use those terms, it causes a conflict. I hear you. I hear you, Drew. I hear you. But are you paying the fixed income? Are you paying the fixed expenses? That's what I want to know. Yes or no? Are you paying the fixed expenses, the mortgage, the car notes, the basic things that are happening every month repetitively?
Your basic thing. But what about our needs? What about your needs? What type of needs are you meaning? What type of needs are you meaning? Me, man. First of all, what we have to talk about is love. Sometimes people gonna say, "What love got to do with it?"
Strawberry.
You better be loving somebody you sharing finances with. You better be in love. You living with them. You better. Shoot, that's a big step. You sharing your finances with someone. Y'all paying bills. Y'all live together. Y'all better love each other at that point in time.
For real, we out here paying for coochie now. Come on now.
Stop saying I can do this or do that. If a man wants you, he will show it by paying what needs to be done. But 9 times out of 10, sometimes people don't say nothing. They say closed mouth don't get fed. Right?
That's true. That's true.
So
Drew wrote, our money is in one pot. We will figure out our financial plans and goals together. I would like to speak about that. I agree with that. I could make that work. That's something that I would be open to. However, can we talk about what if someone makes less money? What if someone makes way more money? How do you deal with that? Is all your money still going in that pot? And then is it really, 100 at that point? It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Right,
okay.
So y'all just pulling from it, just the spending from it. What if one person had more of a spending habit than the other? A conversation still need to be had on how the money is being spent. Because even though you're saying it's all in one pot, I'm putting my money all in one pot, you putting yours. What if I had something that I wanted to do with my money and you had something you wanted to do or whatever, but I'm also dipping in your money because it's combined? It still need to be a conversation on how the money is going to be handled. How are we handle this in one pot? Because then that can cause a trouble. Love and I are not an emotional. It's a choice. A woman have to earn it. Earn what? What she have to earn? Just like men have to work for it. For you. What are we earning, me man? What are we earning? I think if you being yourself, if you're liking someone, you're dating someone, and y'all make that movement to move in together, then obviously she must have did her job. You must have did your job for y'all to come together and live together. Because at this point in time, I'm not splitting no damn finances with somebody I'm not living together with. Someone I'm not with committed. Why the hell would I give him any of my access to my finances? And why would he give me any access to it? Because at this point, we're still separate. So at this point, if we're together, then we both earned something. We both jointly liked each other. We're probably in love at this point. We decided to live together. So each party did something to come together as one, right? Now, when you're coming together, do you have these conversations? Because a lot of people don't have conversations. And then if you notice, we talked about it last week. What are the top things for people breaking up in relationships? Finances, cheating.
Pretty boy Jones. Yeah, finances is like number one.
Yes. So when it comes to finances, people need to have conversations about finances. Like Ms. Berman was saying, you know, the women are making more than the men. And statistics don't lie, you know, and there are men that are on higher tax brackets as well. But it still need to have a discussion on how you're going to handle those finances.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one thing I want to hear in the box when we do box up, and so gentlemen, keep this in mind, is how would you have this discussion? Like, what would, you say to someone that you're deeply in love with, you are, married to, or you're planning on marrying them? How would you bring up this conversation? Like, what would that look like?
Love be fake. It's all about the money in this generation. Love be fake. Well, there's some people that truly genuinely love, but you have to find out about the true love. Now, there are some, I can't lie, that just be about the money. But it ain't also the woman that are gold diggers. Men are gold diggers too. Some men date a woman.
Say it again, Strawberry.
Status. Right.
Say it again.
Men are gold diggers too. Because some of them date women because they are high status. They are high profile. And they want to be leechers off of women. So, not only women, but men are leechers too. They're bums.
Yes. And I want to just highlight what Drew said. Drew says, Mermade, stop it. No, for real. I'm not going to lie. I've been the woman that doesn't want to disclose how much I make or what I have going on in a relationship early on, because I feel as though they're going to take that and they're going to use that against me and be like, she got it. Let me try to get, PS5 out of her. That's literally what happened. But granted, I was dating someone young. But he wanted a PS5 out of me. He wanted me to, help him pay for XYZ when shit got broken down. And front him money until, so he could buy his little weed, so he could sell his weed later. All that. He wanted me to do all that.
Right.
And my dumb ass did
it. No, because you like him. Sometimes as women we make mistakes. I'm that person. I don't disclose what I make or what I do off bat. And even when I was dating someone, it took me months before I decided to allow him to come to my house. And when he came to my house, he was fucking amazed. Now, I've been to his house a couple of times. And when he came to my house, he was amazed. But then that's when it was like, oh, what do you really do? Because I still never disclose what all I really do. But then they become leechers. You know what I'm saying? Do they truly like you for who you are? Or do they like you for what you got? So you definitely have to be careful disclosing certain things to people. And I agree. I mean, I think men too. Men are probably the same way. They don't want to give it all to the woman because then maybe she may want what's in your pocket. But speaking from a woman's perspective, I've seen male leechers. So it's hard to
I've seen men wanting relationships just so they can have a home. They literally will have a relationship with you, give you dick, everything, just so they can have a nice warm place to sleep at night. Ain't that crazy?
Right.
Trini, what's up, Trini?
Real crazy.
How you doing, baby?
Come on, you got to stand on your decision as a man. Just as a woman, you have to stand on what she is willing to accept. I agree. Our money and resources are our need. A woman is a man's investment. Be a deposit in my life, not a withdrawal. I like that statement. I like that
a lot. Be a deposit, not a withdrawal.
That stance is what we call love. Hey, but y'all pick the easy jobs. What do you mean the easy jobs? Ain't the man's job is to protect the woman? So her job is supposed to be made easy when she's with the man, when he's leading right? And ain't that the man's job to always make her life a lot easier, and our job is to keep you at peace?
keep you at peace and also make your life easier too.
Right.
Definitely. We're all supposed to make each other's life easier.
And it's a percent of
We're all supposed to
men
be assets, not liabilities.
are making about 98% of the national revenue. Yep.
Make my dick hard, not my life.
That's his piece.
Okay, okay. Do that.
Did Drew say anything else? Cause
Nah, Drew. I think Drew probably left. He probably left. He's a busy man. He's a busy man on this app. He's number one on the app. He's the boss badge on the app. You know, he's a very busy man. Oh, he's here. Okay, he's here.
Okay.
See, Drew called me broke in his live the other day, even though he was playing with me. You see how I edify him? He called me broke.
Well, he's a boss badge, so I guess we all broke to him because we black.
We all broke to Drew.
He's like, get on the boss badge. He'll call us a boss like him.
He said my VIP is turning gray. He said the VIP is turning gray because it ran out.
Drew's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. I done creeped up on him a couple of times.
He's funny as hell. Absolutely.
Yeah, in the nutshell. All right, y'all. After this minute, we gonna go back, and since y'all are so eager to get in the box, we are ready to hear what y'all have to say. So please make sure y'all request the box. Miss Mermade will go in the top box first, and then y'all will come. If the box is full, how it works is after you stay in the box for a couple of minutes, other people would like to get in the box. We're just going to ask you to drop down, let somebody else come in the box, and then you can always request the box again. Also, let's just be respectful of one another. If you don't agree with someone else's opinion, it's totally okay. Let's just keep it respectful. Also, let's not talk over each other. I don't have time to keep muting people. We're all grown folks. Allow someone to comment and express how they feel and what they have going on in their topic. Let's just respect each other, okay? We're all grown adults. Let's not talk over one another. Let the person finish their sentence, and then let the next person talk. Remember, talk for like a minute and a half or so, and then stop. Hold your thought. Let the next person comment in. That's all I ask.
Those of you that are in my live, make sure you guys make your way over to Strawberry Red's live. We're going to be doing the box over in her live, so make sure you guys check us out for the rest of the segment. And remember, guys, we have a battle tonight. 10 p.m. I want you guys to be there 30 minutes before in my live for this battle tonight, all right? Weekend Royale. We're going to get lit tonight. We're going to celebrate after with a party. So make sure you guys check us out. Check me out. Check us out over in Strawberry's live.
Yes.
I'll see you guys then.
Yes. Guys can work my 12 hours a day, 7 days a week just to keep a woman happy. Yes, it's easy for y'all. And a lot of women work just as hard. Southside. Real men don't care about where you live or what you make. That's how it works. Well, nowadays the generation is really different. The generation is different. You know, it goes both ways. Sometimes men are caring about what a woman's status are. Some of them, a lot of men believe in the 50-50. But what I don't understand is those that do believe in the 50-50 relationship that they believe in. Why do you feel like you should be the head of the household? If you on 50-50 with your woman, how can you expect her to really respect you if she's doing just as equally as what you're doing as a man?
And that's what I'm trying to say. So nowadays, first of all, you feel what I'm saying? You can't come into this conversation coming from a traditional standpoint. You feel what I'm saying? Because nowadays, a lot of men ain't coming from the traditional standpoint. A lot of men have been taught to embrace feminine ways. You feel what I'm saying? So now they approach relationships like, I don't want to say like a female, but I'm saying they approach relationships in a feminine way. You feel what I'm saying? So now you got females that's becoming more masculine because, like you say, if you like, say for instance, you with a man, right? And your man, he's feminine. It's gonna force you to bring out your masculinity. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna force you to bring out that masculine energy. You feel what I'm saying? So now to compensate for where he's lacking. Because the point of being in a relationship, the point of being in a marriage is to be balanced. You feel what I'm saying? This is be an equal balance. Your masculinity balances off with her feminine energy. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the point of the relationship. But now you got a man coming into the relationship, but he's got all of this feminine energy, he got all this estrogen in his body. You feel what I'm saying? And then you got a female coming into this relationship. Now her testosterone has to come in. You feel what I'm saying? Just to balance that relationship out. And it's a decision making process. And that decision making process has to balance out in the end. You feel what I'm saying? In order for that relationship to be equal, or another for that relationship to survive, I should say.
Okay, hold your
It
thought.
has to happen that way.
Okay, hold your
It
thought.
has to happen that way.
Hold your thought, David. Go ahead, Drew. You want to touch on something?
Mermade.
So you guys, well, good morning, Grand Rising, everybody.
Good morning.
You guys asked a question. You guys said, should it be 50-50? And I'm gonna be okay. So I really couldn't really articulate exactly what I wanted to say. I think times are changing, and I think if you think about like the old school, traditional husband wife scenario, where wife was a stay-at-home mom or wife, and she took care, she was a home caretaker, and husband went out and worked. Well, he would go home and make the money and would put it in a bank account, and wife had full access to these funds. She would pay bills, she would handle responsibilities, etc. But because of cost of living and things becoming so expensive, then a lot of households had to have two dual incomes. I believe a lot of people have problems in the relationship when you have the mindset of this is mine, this is yours. Because when you have that
Exactly.
mindset, you're not one unit. You're still thinking with an individual basis. You're not thinking we're coming together at one. You're thinking this is mine. You're spending more of mine. I'm spending more of yours. But I think that when you get married with somebody, you truly become one, and you guys make plans and goals and plans and goals and things together. Now, when you're an individual, you have your own goals, what you want to see with your life and your future. So what you should be doing is finding somebody who has the shared like mindset and values. So if you want a house on the hill with a picket fence, find somebody also with a house on the picket fence. So that way you guys have those shared common goals. And then when it comes to finances, money's not an obligation. Like if you go out and your husband swipe his credit, it don't matter. It's like you spending your money or vice versa. You're not sitting back like, oh, I shouldn't have to spend my money. I'm spending his, or you don't get that feeling. So the same way you have scenarios where you have, because what if my goal one day, I want to be a school teacher, right? And I make, not saying this is my life, but what if I just want to be a school teacher and I'm making 50 grand a year, and you want to be a corporate baddie and you're making 200 grand a year? Should I be inferior? No, because I'm doing what the passion of my life is. And either you accept me in my capacity or not. So if you say, hey, I want a penthouse in New York City, right? Am I going to say no? Well, guess what? We can afford it. My wife makes 200 grand. I make 250. So guess what? We make 250 grand. When we file our taxes, Uncle Sam doesn't say,
Exactly.
Uncle Sam doesn't say, oh, the wife made 200 and the husband made 50. You owe this much. No, we have a joint filing. We're equally responsible for this tax liability because we're one unit. So I think that if you are still in that mindset where you're looking at yours and mine, then that person is not for you. Or you're not ready for a relationship, or you're not ready for a marriage, or you should stay boyfriend and girlfriend. Now, when you're just dating with somebody, oh, totally. Your income and your income liabilities and everything that going on is yours, and mine is mine. But also, I think it's so important that people do be very real and transparent in the dating phase, and get rid of this trend of not asking questions. For me, I don't let myself fall too intimately or deeply romantically in love with people until I have an idea about who they are. Like, for example, me, right now, I'm in pursuit of building my real estate portfolio, right? So a lot of times when I start dating, thank you, corporate, I start asking kind of questions after a few months, or maybe after a month or two, actually pretty early on. What is your credit looking like? What do you have going on? I remember I met this girl. She was completely gorgeous, beautiful, right? My goal was in the next 5 years to buy 10 more properties, right? I will love a wife as soon as I can. I'm looking for a wife, right? She went to colleges around the country, right? She barely have a bachelor's degree, and she owes $480,000 in debt, and she's making $16 an hour, right? So I didn't just write her off. I said, hey, what is your plans to get yourself out of debt? She has no current plans, right? I know what my goal is, right? So I know if I yoke myself to you, now I'm responsible for $500,000 in debt, right? So guess what? From the get, I don't give a goddamn how beautiful she is. At this current moment, baby, you're not an option for me.
Right.
And so that's my take on it.
Right. I do.
And that's what I was saying. The whole thing about feminine and masculine is turning into a financial issue
David,
now.
David,
Where it
Let me
comes
say
to,
something real quick.
my bad, brother. Go ahead, my bad, brother.
It's Meat Man's turn.
All right, I'm gonna add on. Like what Drew was saying was absolutely on point.
Mhm.
Absolutely on point. Because if you have a conversation with a woman or your partner or whatever, listen to what they say out their mouth. And now I'm gonna pick on corporate a little bit because corporate mermaid. If you hear her talk, she kept saying, "Well, what are you going to do for me? I got bills. Pay my bills." Ba, ba,
I did
ba.
not say that. Did I
Yes,
say that?
yes, you did.
I said, what are you
You
gonna do
said-
for me? Pay
right,
my
what
bills?
do you-
I did
what
not
do you
say
want-
that.
that's why-
Excuse me for a second. Did I say
Look.
that?
That's why I say, well, your bills. But what? Oh, your needs. What are you going to do for my needs? My needs. I need my needs, and that's why I switch it to be like our needs. If we're talking about marriage, if you're talking about having a partner,
Fixed
we have to
expenses. Like household fixed expenses. That's what I said. You missed
look.
that part.
Yes. But you're talking about your expense, your
No,
household.
we're living together. If we're
But-
married, we're
but
living
the
together. What are you talking about?
Corporate. I'm just talking about the words you're choosing when you're talking.
I said fixed expenses for the household. That is a
Baby,
big word.
I'm not trying to get you upset. I'm just
I'm
listening.
not upset.
And when
I'm
we-
just being
I'm
passionate,
just
because you didn't hear me right.
I heard you. That's why I said in the comments, what about our needs instead of your needs? It's our needs as a unit, as together. You understand? Because if I'm with you, I'm just saying corporate. Just listen real quick, baby. If I'm with you, then it's going to be our shit. It's not just going to be your shit and my shit. So I'm not going to talk like, well, what about my needs? I need my needs met, my needs and everything like that. So when we hear that, we already come to a conclusion that you're thinking about yourself and not not us, because we are the ones that's resourceful. We are the ones that go out here and hunt. We are the ones that's going to pay your bills if we really fuck with you so you can live a happy lifestyle. That's just what us men are designed to do. But a lot of the women have not been across real men. That's why they get the Pookies and Ray Rays. Another thing is that we love a woman with her own individuality and she can get her own money. The thing that we don't like is the attitude that comes behind it, and what David was saying about the masculine energy that y'all put yourselves in, because y'all think y'all the men, y'all think y'all can get to the bag, y'all pay your own bills and everything like that. So when y'all have that mindset, real men back away from it and be like, y'all be by yourselves. Y'all go ahead and get the little boys, because real men, you look at women as an investment. We look at you as an investment. Like I said, you're going to make a withdrawal in my life, or you're going to make a deposit. Are you going to be an asset, or are you going to be a liability? And if the man doesn't make more money than you, then that doesn't matter of his manhood. He's still a man. He still can provide. And then Drew just said, if y'all married, y'all accounts become one. So if he make 50,000, you make 200, y'all have 250 together. Y'all can still have that man still be the man of the household. It's just the attitude that's behind it that makes that man don't feel like a man, because y'all be like, well, I make more money than you. I do da. Bitch, nigga, you ain't doing nothing for me if I can make more money than you. And that's most of our women's attitude now. And that's the new generation. Now, the thing is that we need to stop being in this new generation, because we're not this generation. All of us are over 30 years old acting like we out of high school. When the hell we going to grow up? Why is we falling into the younger shit when we already knew this shit? Why is we even going down that path when we already know this shit? That's my thing. We sitting here going back and forth when we already know the younger generation is fucked up, not us. But we falling right into the trap. We falling right into their agenda. We falling right into the bullshit. Because me, as us as men, we gotta step up.
It's
We gotta step up and stop being soft, like David said. We gotta stop being soft. We have to stop.
Now it comes to a point where
Hold on, David.
we're
Hold your thought.
incorporating masculine and
David.
feminine energy.
Okay, Miss Corporate, do you wanna comment back on Meat Man?
Yes, I definitely want to just highlight the fact that I did say fixed household expenses. Now, fixed household expenses means expenses that me and you as a unit are sharing. All right. These are not just my bills at all. I pay my bills on my own right now. So what I'm saying, and I think that where we got communication is when I said, my dad paid for everything. And that's what I look for. I look for a man to take care of a woman and pay for everything. And what I meant by that, I did clarify it by saying fixed household expenses. Now, the fixed household expenses I said are the mortgage. If we're married, we're living together. That's our mortgage. That's our car note, because we have two cars, maybe three cars, because we have to take kids to school in one car, and then we have a car for leisure. These are our things. They're fixed expenses for all of us. That's what I was saying, meat man. And I hope you understand that now.
No, I understand. It's just, sometimes the wordplay can play an effect when you're trying to have effective communication with somebody. Now, I get what you're saying now, but before, you know what I'm saying, it could be a little confusing when women keep saying, well, I can pay my bills by myself. I pay my bills by myself right now. So it's like,
That's called collective hearing. That's called collective hearing,
but hear me out though. That's nothing new. That's just being a functioning adult. So you saying that is fucking irrelevant. Like, why are we even stating that I can pay my bills on my own? That's what adults do.
Let me touch a little.
It's not that big of a deal. Ain't nobody getting no cookie for paying your bills by yourself.
Okay, let me touch.
So what?
Let me
So
touch
what? If a man wants you, he gonna pay your bills anyway.
Okay, let me touch a little bit. Well, y'all talk about the masculine energy. You have to also realize as well too that a lot of men are not in the household. So there's not a two-parent household. So a lot of people are being raised by single women. And especially women being raised by another woman with the absence of a father. We're not seeing now, this generation, we're not seeing that in the household where a man is leading the home. So as women, we are raised by another woman who's telling us to gain our independence. Don't rely or depend on a man. My mama told me, don't rely or depend on a man. Get it how you get it, woman. So when you do get a man and you get with a man, you already have your independence. So you do have the attitude that I can do it on my own. So sometimes as women, we don't know how to let down our guard and allow somebody else to lead. So that can cause that conflict where it's allowed on that man to take lead because we already grown that independence already. So a lot of women, we have to learn to let that guard down and allow a real man to lead. But now also a lot of days now, men are not being men. They're not leading either. Why? Because they don't have their fathers either. So they don't have a full male role model to tell them how to be a real man in the household. So us trusting a man to lead sometimes can be a little bit hard because you may lead us down the wrong motherfucking path. Okay?
Ooh, child. That happened to me so many times.
Now it's David's turn, then Drew, then yours, Meat Man. And if anyone else want to join the conversation, let it know. Ding, ding, ding.
That's what I was. That's what I was saying. The whole issue of masculine and feminine energy is getting pointed out on financial stability now, and that's where the issue came in at. Now, we have to realize the fact that at some point in time, we have to take accountability for our actions. You feel what I'm saying? It's not us. The woman chooses the man. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all chose to sleep with that man that wasn't shit, basically. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all chose to sleep with that man, but now you want to hold all men accountable for the mistakes that that one man made in your life. And that's not right. You feel what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Now you want to hold it because, yeah, I've been raised this way. You feel what I'm saying? And this is not just a choice that you made. This is a choice that your mother's made. This is a choice that's been going on for years, hundreds of years, due to brainwashing and whatnot. But, you know what I'm saying, that's going too far into the subject. But before we go there, you know what I'm saying, y'all can't hold all men responsible for a certain person that you're the one who chose to sleep with. You're the one who chose to have that baby or to build that foundation with. You feel what I'm saying? Now, this person is a product of a system that's been going on for hundreds of years now. You know what I'm saying? This is new slavery. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to realize to a certain extent that this is exactly what's going on. And yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of women out there that is making more money than dudes are, or more money than men are. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's not about the money. It's not about finances. It's about who is the man. You feel what I'm saying? A woman is an ocean. You feel what I'm saying? She's an ocean. She's an ocean of emotion.
The topic is about finances.
And the man is a...
You got to talk finances.
You see what I'm saying?
Hold the thought, David. It's about... Hold your thought. Go ahead, Drew.
You know what? But I think it just boils down to people doing preliminary work, courting in relationships, and just seeing exactly as a person that you meet is a compatible match. Yes, everything like both these gentlemen is saying have some merit to it. Yes, when women do tend sometimes, a lot of even the songs in our population, in our genre, it's given they want men to take care of everything. A lot of the women are independent, ambitious, and are driven, and they are making a bag. And they're accustomed to a certain lifestyle. So when a man comes into the scene, they do like, you feel me, I need you to whatever. So, I mean, I get it, but I think at the end of the day, like it's a lady named Tabitha Brown. I don't know if anybody familiar with Tabitha Brown. This YouTube lady, she's a big hit now, and her husband was making all the money, providing for the household, and she was just trying to follow her, what made her happy. Well, now she's a multi-million-dollar actress and YouTube star, right? And she told her husband, "You ain't never gonna work again," right? And a lot of people said, "Oh my God, he's a punk, he's a coward." At the end of the day, it works for the household. So again, I'm gonna end with just know what your goals are. If you find somebody that relates to your goals, y'all come up with your financial plan and y'all do that. And that's how, because at the end of the day, you want to be happy. And when you don't have those financial conversations in the beginning, that's one of the main reasons why people divorce, because they hop into marriages without understanding financial obligations or financial goals, and then when they get into it, they're stressed. You know, let's say I'm in like, let's say if corporate, let's say she makes 200K, right? But her goal is to one day own a mansion on a hilltop. My goal is I just want to have just a nice suburban house that's paid off, have plenty of money in the bank, and travel the world, right? So when we get together, if I don't help her get this mansion, now she's miserable, you know, because we never had that conversation. I'm like, well, God dang, Mermade, I only make 80 grand. So now she's angry. Well, I got to pay for everything. Well, I got to do this. And then she says, well, you know, I'll just get the mansion on my own then, since you can't afford it. Now when she pissed off because she feeling like I'm not holding my weight, you know? And then when Bob next door look at her, she might want to creep, thinking that he's going to give her better, you know? So I just think that all of it is very easy doing if you just have those uncomfortable conversations in the beginning. Just have them conversations. Just have them in the beginning, and it settles it.
I agree. Go ahead.
Thank you, Drew.
Meat Man, go ahead. It's your turn.
Oh, everything with y'all on point. I like David. David's smart as shit, man, and he's really letting y'all know some shit. Now I'm gonna touch back on what Strawberry was saying of why it's single mothers that are raising us, and why the men are like they are. Because back in this started in the 60s and 70s when the drug epidemic and all that came into play. You know what I'm saying? To take the black men out, to keep us incarcerated, to keep us on the street. Because if we can't get no jobs, if we don't got no education, if we hit with all this stuff, then how the hell are we going to provide for our women? So it was all designed like that so y'all can be where y'all at today. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with getting to the bag for the women. We love that shit. A man loves that shit. You just got to understand that you got a man here. Let that man be a man. Put your guard down. If you're not ready for a relationship, then don't get with a man. If you're not ready for that man to take over, then don't get with a man. If you're not ready for him to lead, then don't get with a man. If you don't want to support a man, don't get with him. Because I see it's reverse. I see a lot of women want men to support them. And that's not going to work because a woman cannot be the head of the household. Her head is going to be everywhere. She's emotional. But what she can do is be the neck. Because you can't move the head without the neck. We need your support instead of your leadership. That's how we get men back being leaders. If y'all want me, like, let me ask y'all a question, right? Because I hear a lot like, oh, y'all want a man to be this and that, a man to that. Have y'all ever had a real man in your life besides your father? Have you ever been in a relationship with a real man that took care of you without you didn't have to worry about nothing? Then if you did have that man, then why aren't you married and why aren't you with him now? Because y'all be choosing, like my man say, y'all be choosing these men. Y'all be choosing these men. Y'all be choosing the ones that y'all be letting them fuck. And I'm just saying, if y'all had that man that gave everything you needed, he was a perfect man, then why aren't y'all with him?
Not the perfect man. That's what I'm saying. He may have done this, things that are going to be good for us financially. He may have taken care of me financially. He may have been there that way, but emotionally, maybe he wasn't that.
See, but look, see, that's the thing. Y'all can't have it all. We are flawed. Every person on this earth is flawed. So we cannot sit up here and have these expectations that a man's going to be this. We cannot expect a woman to be this.
There's some non-negotiables. That's what I'm saying. There's some non-negotiables.
Okay, but how many of them are you? Okay, if some non-negotiables.
Wait a minute. Let her go.
No. I want to hear him. I want to hear what you guys say. Go ahead.
Damn. A lot of men got non-negotiables. A lot of men is fucked up out here. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of us, especially if we're average. Now, the men that you want, you probably want a six-figure man, take care of everything. You don't got to work, especially if you have kids. You want to chill. You want to be able to enjoy your life, right? I'm assuming, right? Especially if that man is taking care of everything. I'm just saying, if that man is taking care of everything that you want him to do, you want to live your life comfortably. You don't want to work. You don't want to get up and do a 9 to 5. You want to chill. You want to go shopping.
That's not true.
I mean, if that's not true, then why do y'all want a man to have everything? Because can y'all handle a 50-50 man? That's the thing.
I want to just feel secure. As a woman, you want to feel
That's my
secure.
thing. If you, my point exactly.
Hold on, me, man.
But doesn't mean I want to chill. Or go shopping.
Wait a minute, man. Go ahead. Okay.
No, I just want to say something. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna touch a little bit on that. The thing about it is, you keep saying you women. But what about you men? If you found the right woman or whatever, why aren't you in a relationship? We all go through life. We all go through experiences. We live and we learn. Sometimes your first relationship, it don't work out. Sometimes the second you don't. So you learn from each relationship that you are, especially, like I said, it goes back to the root. What were you taught? A lot of us wasn't taught how to be the wife in a relationship. You learn that shit when you get together. You learn how to be the girlfriend for that person. Everyone is different, so your personalities are not the same. You have to learn that person. So it's different. So yeah, no one is perfect, but he may have been doing this in one area, but lacking in the other. So you have to weigh the pros and the cons. If the cons are outweighing the good or whatever, if you got the bad outweighing the good, you got to let that motherfucker go because it's too much bad outweighing. And you have to do what works for you. What works for you. That's how I feel.
Absolutely. And we all make mistakes too. We all make mistakes and we all let go of people that were good for us. I know many of you men have done that before. And I know as a woman, I've done that before. But at the end of the day, like, God has a plan and not everybody is going to be for everybody. And even if that person was for you, maybe it was the wrong timing.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, it's David's turn. Hold on.
Mermade shop online on Fashion Nova every day. No, I do not.
I love some Fashion Nova now. Don't talk about no Fashion Nova. Go ahead, David.
Let me get you certified.
I was just gonna say, basically, when it comes to finances and everything, that's not a point of masculine femininity. When it comes to finances, that's a us issue. You feel what I'm saying? that, and what I was saying before is the woman is the ocean, but the man has to be the boat. He has to be able to sail from point A to point B. He has to be able to direct those waves, and the woman has to be willing to submit. And that's a word that a lot of folks don't like to use these days. She has to be willing to submit to his leadership. You feel what I'm saying? But in order to her to submit to his leadership, she has to trust that he's able and willing to lead. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I definitely have to give you guys that point right there, because you can't follow somebody that you're not willing to follow. You feel what I'm saying? And nobody can be a leader unless they have some followers.
David.
So, yeah. And that's definitely true. That's true. And it's just funny just how, how society broke a lot of men these days, you know what I'm saying? Just by trends and media and whatnot and all types of other things that's going on in the world today. You feel what I'm saying? They turned a lot of men into beta males, and you don't see no alpha males anymore. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what ends up hurting, you know what I'm saying, community. As a community, as black people, it hurts us as a whole, because now we're stuck and we have to defend for ourselves. We have to fend for ourselves. Now you got the women, they trying to be men. You got the men, they trying to be women. It's all types of crazy shit going on in this world right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, you got to look at the times and look at the signs. But the thing is when you find that man who's willing to put himself into that role to be the alpha male, you have to be willing. If he's not, and this is just a if he's not making the same amount of money that he's making, that you're making, I'm sorry, you have to be willing to be able to put that to the side. And that's why I was saying a lot of people are putting financial stability and basing that off of masculine or feminine. Whoever makes the most money in the relationship is the man. And that's not the case. You feel what I'm saying? It's not about the money. It's not about the finances. It's about the leadership. It's about who's running this, basically, to be honest with you. It's about who's running it. You feel what I'm saying? Who's making you move? Who's making you do what you do? Who's giving you that spark? Who's giving you that you know what I'm saying, that oomph?
But
who's giving it to you?
I hear what you're saying. You keep saying it's not about finances, but it is. The topic is finances. You can have somebody that's leading, but you still have to talk about those finances. You still have to break it down on how you're moving together. That has to be that topic of conversation has to be there.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back, okay?
What's that?
What's going on, ladies? How y'all doing, fellas?
Good. How are you?
Well, so financially, right? It's known that most women make more than men nowadays because of how society is set up right now, right? But I believe that a household, what the difference between a black household and a white household, people don't believe this, right? We as black people are taught to separate our money, right? We look at my finance and your finance, right? Instead of looking at a household finance. So me and you together supposed to be making 80,000 a year, not you making 50 and I'm making 30. That's where a lot of separation comes in there. So I try to tell all my people, stop looking individually at your finance and look at it together. It makes it better because right now y'all looking at one household. Our bills get paid together. Our financial situation get paid together. Then the money we have extra, we use to build on other things. We don't do that as black people because we're taught not to. We grew up as separate entities in our household. Whoever last talking said something real right about the leadership thing, that's where the leadership comes in it. And as a man, I grew up in a mom and dad household where a lot of black people have it. And my dad made a lot of mistakes, but he was the leader of the house. Regardless of the fact, he was still the leader of the household. So I was taught to be that leader of the household. Even though my friend might make more than me, I still had a leadership role. And that's where the respect come in, that when a woman understand that situation and you as a man understand that you gotta sometimes understand that women gonna make more than you, that don't make you less of a man. Because a lot of men feel like that make them less of a man. I don't know why, but it don't. Like we're in society now where literally you can get to a job, we get the same skills that they're gonna give you more because that's how society works. It is what it is. You can't stop that. But we got us always, like even in a relationship, always put your money together. Forget that separate stuff. Put, put your money together and do it that way. A dude taught me that. I used to drive trucks like a few years ago. When a white man taught me this song, and I believe him because he said like, me and my wife together make 80,000 a year. I don't make 50,000. She don't make 30,000. We together make 80,000 a year, and that's how we got to look at our financial situation. It helps when you be seeing these folks like you be saying like, why do these Mexicans stay together and then end up buying a house? They
Exactly. Why is the divorce rate so high amongst African Americans?
For themselves.
financial
It's
reasons.
for financial reasons.
Financial reasons.
Not all meat man, not all,
No,
not all
The
women.
highest,
Just like
No,
putting
the
everybody
highest-
in a box.
He's right. He's right.
Not all.
I'm trying
Women
to say
wanna
the
share their life
highest
too with
rate
a man.
amongst divorces amongst African Americans is for financial reasons.
It is. He's right. That's facts. Right now, matter of fact, look, what we celebrate around this time of year, tax time. We had like tax time and Christmas time. All these
Come
meetings
on
coming
now.
around, we celebrate that.
Come on now.
And around
I've
the
been
same
locked up, bro.
yeah.
I've been locked up for 3 tax times, bro. And every time a tax season come in, you got niggas hitting, wow, hey, you know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. This, that, third. You feel what I'm saying? Tax season is serious in the African American community. Why? Because we don't receive the same wages that the white folks get. We don't get the same tax breaks that they get. You feel what I'm saying? Because of the locations that they live in and whatnot. I'm telling you, it's a system. And until you know that it's a system, you can't break it.
Yeah.
You just
But
don't.
that, yeah, but that's the same sense where I always tell people like that's where the leadership comes in at, right? I always tell for this right here. Everybody got kids, right? The woman gonna make more money in tax than men do. So this how me and my son mom got our first house. We had a game plan. She get like 8,000 a year on tax, right? That really we don't even got to spend because both of us make good enough money to take care of ourselves before tax. We had a whole 4-year plan where we saved the tax money up, right? We did a little investment. We ended up in 4 years having like almost $40,000 and put a down payment on the house. If every black person had that same mentality, it'd be like, hey, this ain't no Spurs money, this investment money. And every black person invest that tax money in the other things and let it build the whole black community be better. Like literally, like everybody held their own houses, everybody held their own thing going on. But our mental is so messed up because first thing everybody don't get with their tax money is new clothes. Oh, let me buy my baby this, let me buy my baby that. Live the same whole year without that tax money and say, look, live that same whole tax year without spending that money and let it stack up, invest in something in it. Do it for 5 years straight, and I guarantee you're gonna have life changing money. Like literally life changing money.
Yeah. So thank you both for your comments. We only get a 1 hour segment, so I had to keep it within the hour because, Strawberry is trying to get her official show featured. So we are coming up on that hour. We can still continue our conversation in the regular stream, but we get 1 hour for the Strawberry Morning Show featuring Miss Mermade. I'm going to take you down at the box for a second, David. I just want to say thank you all for your engagements. We're going to have a feature show every Thursday featuring Miss Corporate, Baddie, and myself at 8 a.m. Eastern Time Zone. Every day you can come to Strawberry Stream because it is a morning show. Every morning we have hot topics. So don't forget, stay engaged, stay talking within the comments. I love to hear everyone's participation. So today, do you believe in going 50-50 with your partner? We can always talk about love and finances. That is the topic for today. What we learned today is that it's not I, it's not me, it's not mine. We learned that we need to start putting the word our. When we come together as a relationship, it's ours. It's no more I. It's a we. We are ours. We are we. So we need to learn how to combine those relationships. We learned that we need to have those talks in the beginning of those relationships. Those are the most uncomfortable topics to have, but we need to start having those uncomfortable conversations when we meet people in the beginning of the relationship. So I must say this is going to conclude our feature of the Strawberry Morning Show, but we can continue the topic, and I'm going to put the date box up so y'all can rotate it out. Once again, thank you for your love and support that you bring here. Thank you for your love and support that you bring here to the Strawberry Stream. Everyone's voice and opinion is appreciated. So I'm going to put the date box up. Thank you again. Thank you again. If you want to famous Corporate Baddie, don't forget you can fave her. Don't forget to always remember to give both sides. We are both a team and we support each other.